Hello students, so let's start with today's biology class. So in the previous class we have started with animal kingdom and we have finished with the two phylums, that is phylum Porifera and phylum Coelenterata. Today we will start with the next phylum, that is phylum Ctenophora. This phylum, they have the common name which is called sea walnuts or comb jellies. Why they are called sea walnuts? Because they have the structure like a walnut and they are living in sea water. They are marine, they have marine habitat. That is why they are called sea walnut or comb jellies, because they are jelly like structures, okay, so jelly like organisms. So if we talk about the habitat is obviously marine, as their name, common name, sea walnuts. And they are radially symmetrical diploblastic organisms, because we are still at the lower level of animal kingdom, so they are diploblastic. Next is tissue level of organization, because it has been started from the last phylum also, that is Coelenterata. Next is their body bears 8 external rows of ciliated comb plates. So here I have shown one example of Ctenophora, Pleurobrachia. So here you can see these 8 radially arranged ciliated comb plates, means they ciliated comb plates which help them in movement, okay. If we talk about digestion, they can show both intra and extracellular type of digestion. Intracellular, when it takes place within a cell, it can either takes place within a cell, or extracellular when enzymes are released outside the cells. Then they show bioluminescence. Bioluminescence is a phenomena, a property of a living organism to produce glow, means they looks glowy when they are seen in the sea water. So they show bioluminescence. Luminescence basically क्या होता है? When anything emits light, okay. So they are called bioluminescence because they are living. So when a living organism emits light, then it is called bioluminescence. Next is they are unisexual, means they have different sexes, both male and female, and sexual reproduction is there, and the fertilization is external, that is both the gametes are released in water for fusion, and development is indirect with the larval stage. So this is all about phylum Ctenophora, a very simple few characteristics that we have to study in this phylum. So next an example I have shown here. So it has a comb like structure, and these are the flagella like structure which help them in movement, and example is Pleurobrachia. So the next phylum of plant animal kingdom is phylum Platyhelminths. This phylum, the organisms in this phylum are called flatworms, means in this phylum the worm-like structures, the worm-like organisms will be there, but they are completely flat. So let's see the general features. Habitat is parasitic. They are parasites that they live in the body of other organisms, and they may cause many diseases. Or some of the organisms of this phylum are also free living. They can be either terrestrial or they can be aquatic, marine or freshwater. Body is dorso-ventrally flat. So this is the characteristic feature of this phylum, that body is dorso-ventrally flat. You know what is a dorsal and a ventral surface? So dorsal surface is the surface which is in the front. If I am talking about human body, so that in the surface, if we talk about a worm, ठीक है, अगर हम worm की बात कर रहे हैं, तो जो surface above the ground होता है, that is called dorsal, and the surface which is below the ground, that is called ventral, okay. So we have this dorsal surface, and the lower side is called ventral surface. So if we talk about this type of worms, they have a dorso-ventrally flat body, means they are completely flat in structures. When I will show you the picture, then you will find it what does it mean, okay. Next is bilateral symmetry. They have bilateral symmetry, means we will cut it in a single plane, then it will be only divided into 2 equal halves. Next is triploblastic. Now other 3 phylum, they were diploblastic. This one is a triploblastic kind of organisms. organ level of organization. अभी तक क्या था? Tissue level. Now in this case organ level of organization will be there. Next is acoelomates. As we know, there is no cavity there present in between the organ and the body wall, so they are acoelomate type of organisms. Next is digestive tract is incomplete. Means digestive tract is there. अगर आप देखेंगे तो tubular tube-like structure is there, but it is incomplete type. Means they have a single opening for ingestion as well as egestion. ठीक है, तो माउथ और एनस एक ही ओपनिंग जो है they will be it will be there, so they are incomplete type of digestive tract. Next is excretory system. Other systems are absent, like respiratory system is not there, skeletal system, circulatory system. Proper systems are not there because they have organ level of organization, not organ system level. That is why. Okay. Next is excretory system. They have flame cells. Means flame cell is also a characteristic feature of these flatworms, that these flame cells will help them to remove out the waste from the body. नेक्स्ट इज नर्वस सिस्टम. दे हैव अ लेडर लाइक नर्वस सिस्टम. तो इस तरह से इनके अंदर इस तरह से लेडर लाइक नर्वस सिस्टम होता है, इन विच देर इज अ ब्रेन एट द टॉप एट द वेंट्रल सरफेस एंड एट द इंटीरियर एंड 2 नर्व कोड्स. ठीक है, तो इसके अंदर 2 नर्व कोड्स होती है, नोटोकॉर्ड नहीं होती. नोटोकॉर्ड क्या होती है दैट वी विल डिस्कस लेटर. सो देयर आर 2 लॉन्गिट्यूडनल नर्व कोड्स एंड अ ब्रेन. लेट्स सी सम अदर कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ दिस फाइलम. So the next characteristic of phylum Platyhelminths is the reproduction. They can reproduce both asexually as well as sexually. Asexual reproduction is basically through binary fission, in which the single organism will divide into 2 parts and each part will develop into a new organism. And one more feature is there which is called regeneration, which is a very you can say a specific feature. A very good regeneration power is shown by its one example, which is planaria. Regeneration is the power of healing. Means when a cut part of any of the part or a specific part of an organism, that is planaria, is being cut down either accidentally, so the lost part will regain. That is called as power of regeneration, which is found only in planaria. And sexual reproduction is there, that is internal fertilization is there, that is the male organism will release the male gametes into the female body, that is they are unisexual and they reproduce by sexual reproduction, and fertilization is internal. If we talk about development is indirect. Means there are larval stages, but the unique feature is they have many larval stages, not a single larval stage. Examples are planaria is there, tapeworm, its scientific name is Taenia solium, and liver fluke. Liver fluke, here I have shown it is completely a dorsoventrally, all these are dorsoventrally flat structures. So here I have shown Fasciola hepatica. Its common name is liver fluke because it is a parasite which resides inside the liver of organism, basically human. Okay, so that is why it is called liver fluke. And this is a dorsoventrally flat structure. It has a oral mouth at its top, which is like a sucker type of mouth, and this is the excretory pore from where the waste product can be released out from the body. So I will show you the pictures of these examples, then you will find the structure. So let's see the next phylum.
The third phylum is Platyhelminthes, which includes flatworms, which are unsegmented bilaterally symmetrical worms. Flatworms show a definite level of organization. They are the first and the simplest organisms having an organ system. Flatworms do not have a definite skeleton, but have a cuticle which protects their bodies. Flatworms have a highly branched cut with a mouth, but the anus is absent. A muscular suctorial pharynx is present for taking in the food. Flatworms mark the beginning of cephalization. Cephalization is the development in the head region of light-sensitive organs called ocelli. For example, planaria have eye spots at the anterior end. Non-parasitic flatworms respire through their body's surface, while parasitic worms are mostly anaerobes. Parasitic flatworms bear organs of adhesion such as hooks, suckers, and spines. In flatworms, the central nervous system consists of a head ganglion connected to nerve cords which are interconnected across the body by transverse nerve connections. Excretion and osmoregulation in flatworms is controlled by the flame cells. Flame cells beat incessantly, resembling a flickering flame, and are hence called flame cells. Most flatworms can reproduce sexually or asexually. They are hermaphrodites, that is, both sexes are present in the same individual, except in the case of planarians, which are monoecious. The development may be direct, where eggs hatch into small tiny worms that resemble the adult, or it may be an indirect development where the eggs hatch into ciliated larval form.
So the next phylum is phylum Aschelminths, and their common name is roundworms. As the name is saying, roundworms means they have worm-like body and they are round in shape. Like the previous one, that is Platyhelminths, they were flatworms, but they are called roundworms because they have round shape. Okay. So habitat is they are parasitic in nature, means they live in the body of other organisms, basically in plants and animals, and they cause severe agricultural, veterinary and human diseases. जिन भी प्लांट्स और एनिमल्स में ये प्रेजेंट होते हैं वहाँ पे ये सीवियर डिजीजेस को कॉज करते हैं. ओके, बट सम ऑफ द राउंडवर्म्स कैन बी फ्री लिविंग ऑल्सो. ओके, सो दे कैन बी आइदर एक्वेटिक और टेरेस्ट्रियल. इफ़ वी सी द बॉडी इज़ अनसेगमेंटेड राउंड बॉडी. तो जैसे आपने अर्थवर्म देखा है सबने, तो अर्थवर्म दे हैव द राउंड बॉडी एंड दे आर वर्म लाइक स्ट्रक्चर्स, बट दे हैव सेगमेंट्स ओवर देयर बॉडी. बट इफ़ यू विल सी दीज ऑर्गेनिजम्स, दे आर एग्जैक्टली लाइक वर्म्स, बिल्कुल वर्म्स के जैसे लगते हैं ये, लेकिन इनकी बॉडी अनसेगमेंटेड होती है. देयर इज़ नो सेगमेंटेशन प्रेजेंट ओवर द बॉडी. Next is pseudocoelomates, means before that the other 3-4 phylum were acoelomates, completely coelom was not present, and these are pseudocoelomates, means false coelom is present in which a mesodermal pouches are seen. I have already told you about pseudocoelomates. Next is the digestive tract. They have a proper digestive tract in them. Alimentary canal is there, and it is a complete type of alimentary canal, which means that they have separate openings for ingestion and egestion, means they have mouth as well as anus. And one more important feature is the muscular pharynx. You know that digestive system आपने पढ़ा है human body में. तो pharynx is the, if we will see the digestive tract, the pharynx is the structure which is whose activity is guarded by muscles, and this is present in Aschelminths. Okay, so these were the first organism in which the pharynx was observed. Next is skeletal, respiratory and circulatory systems are absent. Excretory system is there and they work with the help of gland cells. जैसे इससे पहले वाले में क्या था, flame cells थे, यहाँ पे क्या है, gland cells, and they have excretory pores, means थ्रू विच लाइक इनके जो एंड्स होते हैं वहाँ पे एक्सक्रीटरी पोर होता है जहाँ से ये वेस्ट प्रोडक्ट को, यूरिन मीन्स नाइट्रोजनस वेस्ट को रिमूव करते हैं. नेक्स्ट इज नर्वस सिस्टम इज प्रेजेंट एंड दे हैव सर्कमफेरेंजियल रिंग्स, मीन्स जो इनका नर्वस सिस्टम होता है, जैसे इससे पहले वाले में क्या था, लेडर लाइक था, यहाँ पे रिंग्स की फॉर्म में प्रेजेंट होता है. ओके, नेक्स्ट इज sexual reproduction. They show sexual reproduction, but asexual reproduction is completely absent in this case. Okay, so sexual reproduction, they are unisexual, means single sex is present in one organism, means dioecious, and they show sexual dimorphism, means the male and female can be find out, means they have different organization, different morphologically different male and female. For example, here I have shown you an example, Ascaris, in which the male is like this and female is like this. You can see here female is longer than male, so they always show sexual dimorphism in which female is longer than male. And internal fertilization is present. Development can be either direct or indirect. In some cases there can be the larval stage, otherwise the development is direct. Examples are Ascaris, which has common name roundworms, जिसकी वजह से इस फाइलम को इसका नेम मिला है. Wuchereria, which common name is filaria worm, and Cyclostoma, its common name is hookworm. Okay, clear? So Ascaris, Wuchereria and Ankylostoma. Okay, so here I have shown you Ascaris. I will show the picture also, and you can see here the smaller one is the male and the longer one is the female, and the body is worm like but unsegmented body, so which is the feature of this phylum.